Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, in all that's going on in the world, I ask the question, can you impact others? And the answer that I've come up with is yes, you can impact others. You can't change them. They have to make the change themselves, but can you impact them? Yeah. And it starts from the basic premise that each of us is energy. That's what you are. You're energy. I'm energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can take shape. And here's what I know. If everything is energy, then I'm vibrating at a particular frequency. And when other energy comes into my spectrum, into my field, my energy can impact someone else's. And here's the other thing, vice versa. Another person's energy coming into my field of energy can influence me. So it's really key that as we navigate life, that we're aware of the energy that we're broadcasting. We're aware of the being that we're creating as we walk through life, as we live through life, as we communicate in life. Because our energy has an impact on the people that surround us. Here's the other thing, the other side. Other people's energy impacts you. Now, if you buy into that, then you have a decision to make, don't you? Two decisions. What type of energy will you broadcast? And two, what energy will you allow yourself to be in the midst of? That energy could be the energy of social media, the energy of a website that you're going to, energy of a YouTube channel that you're going to. All that energy has an impact on you. If you don't believe me, test it for yourself. This is a really interesting thing. Go online, find a YouTube video that's centered in fear. Let's start with that. Centered in fear. Watch it. And then ask the question, how do you feel? And you'll find that it changed how you feel. Then go online and find a video where it's a feeling good video. Maybe someone rescued a dog and brought it back to life and brought it back from starvation. And how do you feel? Go watch a YouTube video where a baby elephant is playing with someone and lays down next to them or on top of them and is having fun. How do you feel? So it's not a surprise, or it shouldn't be a surprise, that energy of what you watch, of who you're with, of what you're reading, of what you're listening to has an impact. But the thing that's really big is that you have an impact. You have an impact on the people that you come in contact with, your family, your friends, the people you work with. But the question I ask is, are you aware and are you being the greatest example of you? Or are you unconscious and you're allowing their energy to impact you? I know, for example, when I was in the corporate world, some corporations that I worked with had a really good energy. Other corporations that I interviewed with or I worked with had a real negative energy. I remember that really clear. I remember going to an interview with a company in Wilmington, Delaware. And I had a great job, but I wanted to rise up faster. So this opportunity presented itself and I went there. And I'm telling you, from the moment I got into that building to the moment I left, the energy was so dark, so negative. The people I talked with were living in fear. fear because they were working with unrealistic expectations. And so I finished it. I did a great interview. I got a call back. So we want you to come back. We want you to interview more. And I said, thank you and no thank you. I said, because if this was our first date and this is the energy picked up, what would it be like when we're in a day-to-day relationship? Think about that. The first time you meet someone or you're interviewing with something, that's the best it's going to be because people have got their best side forward, don't they? Don't they? Don't you put your best side forward when you meet someone? Or are you becoming like me in that you're just authentic? And your authentic side is your best side. And you put your authentic side forward so people can see who you are, love you for you, who you are, be with you for who you are. And guess what? When you do that, you don't have to play games because most people are playing games. They're lying, they're putting on masks, and they're trying to keep it all just so situated. But guess what? It all catches up because the energy we put out comes back. You get that? We're back to that energy thing again. The energy that we put out comes back. So good morning, everyone. Maggie, McBride, Jeannie, Carol, Wendy, Amy, Zoe, Deborah, Corey. I think I've got everyone that's checked in. I'm so grateful that you check in with me because by knowing you're there, I get to put faces on who I'm talking to. And that makes me feel good because I know I'm talking to a lot of people. Every video, I know I'm talking to hundreds of people by the time the video is done. And here's what I understand. I'm hoping that the energy I'm putting out there helps you lift yourself. Good morning, Rodney. Helps you lift yourself. If you live and you're looking to start a meditation practice, join me in the morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. I know a bunch of you have, but if you're awake, join me for meditation. There's no better way than to be with a group of like-minded people. Amy says, I feel like I'm on a polka dot door when she would look in the mirror and say all of our names. I don't understand that. There's something missing in your statement, Amy. There's a backside there that I'm not picking up. Who she would look at? That's the question. Who's this she? Anyway, I got distracted, didn't I? That's okay. I'm being authentic. This is Lee. Lee gets serious. Lee gets funny. Lee moves from topic to topic. That's Lee. Lee loves exploring life. No, I don't know Polka Dot Door. And it was a kid show. I don't know that. So you got me on that one, Amy. It always made you feel special when she said your name, and I feel special when you mention mine. Here's a key, Amy. Did you know this? This is psychology now. People love it when you say their first name. I learned that way back. And when I started Agape, people said, well, you've got to know names. Here's what I did. I made it important to know people's first name. I don't know many people's last names, but I know their first names. And when I greet people, I always say their first name. So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to get a little controversial now. People want to talk about pronouns. Pronouns depersonalize conversation. Why do you need a pronoun? When I'm talking to Amy, I want to say Amy. When I'm talking to Sabrina, I want to say Sabrina or Rodney. I don't want to say he, she, they, them, whatever. I just use the first name. Why? That's real connection. I'm saying you are Amy. That's the name. And I give that name. Doesn't that sound pretty easy? Why do we get distracted away from things? Would you feel better, Amy, if I called you she? Hey, she Hoskins said this. No. But if I say Amy, there's a warm feeling associated with it. I'm a pretty simple guy. I know people think I'm a deep thinker, and I can be, but I'm a simple guy. I think let's just take the direct route. You were given a name, Amy. If you didn't like it, you could change that name. You could be Bill, Sarah, Jean, whatever. Corey says, I'm a him that's attracted to she. Well, I would say I'm Corey and I'm attracted to whoever. I'm not into pronouns. That's not me. I don't play that game. And I think it's a game. Let's just call each other by the name. And if you want to change your name, that's okay. I have no problem with that. I have no problem. But let's do what makes each other feel better. Well, there's an energy in the world today. You going to buy into the energy of the world, or are you going to create your own energy and bring it into the world and help change the world? You get to choose. You get to choose the energy you bring out. You get to choose the energy you let in. I say to you today, choose wisely and choose an energy that is loving and kind, empathic, and wise. And make sure while you're doing that, have a lot of fun today, because you're meant to have fun. It's what life's all about. Until tomorrow, know that you are worthy, you are loved. Have a great one. Aloha.